Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you both judges and witnesses. It's good to listen to you, and we thank you for your service to our country in the judicial branch. I've got to say, you know, I'm concerned that we are witnessing what I think is really a dangerous pattern for calling for the impeachment of federal judges simply because a person doesn't agree with their ruling. These threats of impeachment don't have to do with misconduct. They're just about punishing judges when a member does not agree with the decision. Judge St. Eves, the last time the administrative office testified before this committee, I raised concerns about the misuse of impeachment as a political weapon, and having been, I think I'm the only member of Congress that was involved in all 4 modern impeachments, first as a staffer during the Nixon impeachment and as a member later. I'm well aware that impeachment is a very serious process. It must be exercised with the most complete seriousness. It's really a constitutional fail-safe meant to address serious misconduct, not to remove judges for doing their jobs under Article 3. And there was a reason why the founders gave lifetime tenure to judges, so that they would be free to follow the facts and follow the law without fear of intimidation. And the threat of unwarranted impeachment really does undercut what our founders had in mind in a carefully crafted checks and balance system. So I'm just wondering, and either one of you can answer if you know, since the last testimony before this committee, the number of articles of impeachment against federal judges has risen to 7 against 6 federal judges. To your knowledge, has the Judicial Conference referred any of these judges to the House for impeachment?
To my knowledge, no. That's outside of the scope of budget, what I prepared to testify to today, but I know that we do strongly disagree with calls for impeachment based solely on a judge's rulings, and would repeat the words of Chief Justice Roberts from his year-end report that the normal appellate review process exists for that purpose.
That is correct. And, you know, I know that I've been on this committee my entire tenure in Congress, and we have had judges impeached for misconduct. As a matter of fact, I was one of the impeachment managers for one of the misconduct cases. The Judicial Conference has never referred this number of judges in a 6-month period. I can say that for a fact because I've been on the committee. It seems to me that even without a conviction, being impeached can do damage to a judge's career. Even the threat of impeachment can do damage. And I know that you're worried about, and rightfully so, physical safety, but the extreme rhetoric about judges that sometimes accompanies these impeachment threats, I think heightens the danger that judges are in. We've seen judges attacked both at the state level and federal level, and I think it's important that we understand that Chief Justice Roberts was exactly right. Impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. The normal appellate process exists for that purpose, and I gather both of you would agree with that. They're all...
Yes, definitely.
So let me just close with this. I think there's an irony here that the committee is holding a hearing focused on fiscal responsibility and supporting the functioning of our courts, while some of the members of this body are actively attacking judges with baseless impeachment threats. I don't think you can claim to support the judiciary while undermining its independence. This isn't about constitutional accountability. It's about political intimidation, and that political intimidation could, among unhinged members of the public, also bleed into actual physical violence. So I just think it's important that we step back from this legislative misconduct, and I do thank the witnesses once again for their service. I yield back.